Good morning. My name is Lainey Hannon.
And my name is Torri Whitehead, and we are both students in the Education and Training pathway here at Cleburne High School. And we love every second of learning what it takes to become a future educator.
We want to start off by saying thank you for being here with us today. So thank you.
Before we get started, I'd like to introduce our attention getter, because at times throughout this lesson, we're going to need your immediate attention. So when we say feedback is, you say connection. So let's practice. What we want you to do is turn and talk with your neighbor about something you did or learned with Mr. Cooper. Ready? Feedback is
connection. Thank you. Our session titled Maslow Before Bloom. The words we choose don't just impact student grades, they impact student self-esteem, motivation, confidence, and even how students perceive school as a safe place for learning.
Starting with Erickson's helps students build confidence in their abilities. Even in high school, students are still navigating feelings of capability and self-worth. And teacher language continues to play a critical role in shaping these perceptions.
Who's that cute kid? Can you believe that she got called stupid in 3rd grade? I want you to really let that sink in. Big bows, big smile, and ready to learn. See, I was sitting in my 3rd grade classroom getting ready for STAR, and we were practicing multiplication problems. I was staring at this multiplication problem and I was like, what am I doing? I have no idea. So I'm like staring at it, and then the teacher comes over and he's like, gosh, Lainey, like you're so stupid, you're a teacher's kid, you should get this. And I'm like, little 3rd grade Lainey was crushed. I was like, tears in my eyes, I was like, wow. And now as a sophomore in high school, I'm like, so I'm staring at a problem in geometry and I'm like, oh guys, I don't understand this. And I'm like, well, am I stupid because I don't understand it? See, moments like that, they don't just stay in 3rd grade, they really do stick. They stick all throughout life, and it's just, it really does hurt. And I really want you to think about how much your words can impact students. Because instead of saying, well, you're just so stupid, you're a teacher's kid, you should get this, he could have said, hey, you're stuck. Let's work on this together, okay? So as educators, I want you to think, your words matter. You can tear someone down in seconds, or you can build them up for life. I want you to choose to build.
You can water, you can label, or you can lift, but every time you stand in front of one of your students, you get to choose which seeds you plant. We want you to think back to a moment where you've ever felt like you were talked to in a way that you felt less than, or perhaps overheard a student being spoken to in that type of way. Just take a moment and just think about that. Have you ever been spoken to like you're less than? Because it happens a lot. So we want you to consider a moment and think back, and then just really let it settle.
So take about like 30 seconds to a minute to think about it.
Considering
that brings us to the heart of today's lesson. We want to ground our time together with an essential question. So how does the language we use as educators shape student identity, motivation, and learning outcomes? And to guide our work, here are today's session objectives. Who would like to read one for me? Yes, Ms. Felkins.
Examine how feedback can either build students' confidence or create barriers to growth.
Thank you so much. Who would like to read the second one for me? Yes.
Explore strategies rooted in developmental theory to provide language that foster resilience, motivation, and a sense of belonging.
Thank you so much. Who would like to read the last one for me? Yes.
Reflect on the lasting impact of teacher language.
we sent out a survey and we asked students, do you ever feel that feedback from teachers affects your confidence in learning subjects? 12% said yes. A senior here at CHS said, my confidence can be boosted or totally destroyed based on how a teacher gives feedback. I don't mind feedback, but it doesn't need to be in a you're terrible type of way. A junior here at CHS said to remember that we aren't perfect and to try not to sound disappointed when helping us on a topic we're confused on.
Feedback is? Connection. We can do better than that. Feedback is? Connection. Oh my gosh, I love that. Okay. So, going off the theorists that we discussed earlier, we have another theorist by the name of Maslow. He talks about how students need esteem, confidence, safety and security, and psychological needs before they can reach their full potential in learning. Okay, when feedback tears students down, it can feed self-doubt, much like my personal story earlier. So, we need to focus on language that affirms and acknowledges their needs so they can reach the higher levels of learning that we as educators want for them.
Building on Maslow's, now we're going to layer in Bloom's taxonomy. Feedback should go beyond simply telling a student they are right or wrong. Instead, it should encourage students to analyze, evaluate, and create, leading them to higher order level thinking.
Okay, so now with Bloom's in mind, let's look at a couple of examples. Okay, so instead of saying, that's wrong, you could say, what's another way you could approach this problem? This will lead the student into analysis. And then instead of a simple good job, you could say, you explained your reasoning clearly. How might you expand on that idea? This will lead the student into evaluation and creation.
Like, sometimes you don't even
Rewrite.
Feedback is? Yeah, let's do it again. Feedback is?
Connection.
Perfect.
Who would like to share their initial interaction with their student and then their rewrite?
Well, for mine, I just wrote that I also have a lot of students in math that feel like they are not good at math, or they've been told that they're not good at math. Mm-hmm. So having that reassurance, they have a notebook that they keep, and having that notebook to allow them to go back and look, we use it daily. So it's, let's go back and see, what does your notebook say? Where do we need to start? You know, and it builds their confidence that way. And they feel like I'm not giving them all the instructions all the time. They have it in their own words.
That's good. Anybody else?
That is all. Call me out.
Mine was, I have to say that I'm glad email reply answer for the AP was thinking outside of the box, and they were doing pretty good. They have a little prize that they received. For me, it was great to see the face, because she said, it's the first time that you say something good to me. I feel bad, but accomplish that part on her, it was like, I'm really trying, but you don't say nothing positive. Well, I'm playing most of the time, but it's true. So she was so happy with that thing. So when you were talking about that, I said, Lord, I'm learning.
Hey, it's okay. It's okay, that was good.
Just around the clock.
Can we have one more share?
I'll share. I didn't feel like I had, unless somebody else wants to go ahead. I didn't feel like I needed to rewrite mine because it was so good the first time. I said, that's a great idea, explain to me what you mean. Because a lot of my students, you know, they may mean something totally different than what they're actually saying. And so for them to, you know, explain to me what they're meaning is great.
Perfect. Okay.
So we want you to remember that feedback isn't about correction, it's about connection, because these connections really help your students build confidence, and it helps them build confidence in themselves and that they can do anything in life.
About the power of our words, how they can build confidence, spark curiosity, and build student esteem. As educators, I really want you to remember this phrase. So every phrase you say can help a student believe in themselves and reach their full potential. Okay, so here's my challenge for you. Each day, take one moment to reframe your feedback. Grow their confidence, stretch their minds. Small shifts in language can make a lifelong difference. Because in the end, it isn't just about what they learn, it's about who they become. Thank you so much for your time today, and we'd love to open the floor for any comments or questions. Thank you.
When I grow up, I'm going to be just like you.
You did a great job.
Thank you so much.
That was great.
Thank you.